Hey guys, it's Marissa again with another Strictly Strength here for you. So equipment that I need you to get a mat. You will need a long band of sorts, preferably one of these body bands, or you can also use one of these tube bands with the handles on it. You'll need some light weights, some medium weights, and some heavy weights just to be able to interchange that weight depending on the move and depending on those strength goals. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start warming up here. Grab your water, grab whatever music you would like to listen to here during this strength workout. It's going to be a good one. I'm really excited. We're breaking up our body parts. So first we're doing a few sets of shoulders and back. Then we're going to do a few sets of chest, bis, and tris. A few sets of glutes and hamstrings. Then we are doing a few sets of quads and calves. So we're breaking up body parts today. So warming up, we've got 4 moves. We're going to go 45 seconds on each move, back to back. And we're going to do this for 2 rounds, okay? First one we're going to do is the world's greatest stretch. So start with those arms up overhead. Then you're going to keep those legs straight. We are walking ourselves out to that plank. One leg comes up. We open up towards that knee. Come back down. Switch. Open up towards your knee. Straighten those legs out. And come back up. All right. Next one we're going to do is band resisted lifts. So this is a little bit of shoulder mobility. This is where you're going to take that band. I like to bring my hands a little bit closer on that band. You're going to pull for a little bit of tension. Then you are keeping your arms straight. Just here on those shoulders. Take it up as high as you can and back down. Next one is going to be side to side banded walking. So you're going to put that band there under the arch of your foot. We are bending at those hips and those knees just slightly. Pull up for tension in that band, side to side. You're going to feel that there in your glutes and your outer hip. I want you to really pay attention that your knees are staying in line with your toes during that. Last move of our warm-up is going to be good mornings. You can do these weighted or body weight, that's up to you. Good mornings for hamstrings and glutes, warming those up. Also pulling in that belly button and tights. We're getting that core activation. So those arms are behind your head. Feet are hip width apart. Shoulders are back. Chin is tucked. You are controllably pushing that wall away as you are bending down until you feel that pull in your hamstrings. Push through those heels as you come up. Squeeze those glutes. Okay, so it should be nice and controlled. Trying to make that number 7 with your body. So let's get it going, guys, starting with that world's greatest stretch. I'll go ahead and face this way here. 45 seconds on, then we'll switch to that next one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Arms up overhead. Come down, legs are straight. We are walking ourselves out. Leg up towards that knee. Back to that plank switch. There we go. Walking it back up. Good, good, good. Just getting that full body nice and ready for our lifting today. Mobilizing out those joints a little bit. Letting our body know that it's time to work. Let's finish out this one. Then we will move on to our next move. So our next move, finish that out. We are in those band resisted lifts. So we're grabbing our band. Here we go. Time starting. 3, 2, 1. Tension in that band. Arms stay straight. All the way up. All the way down. Working on some shoulder mobility here. In through your nose as you come down, out through your mouth as you are coming up. Good, keep those arms straight, focus there on the top of those shoulders on those deltoid muscles. Good, give me one more. Moving on to that tube walking or that banded walking. Weight there under your arches of your foot. Get low, get that tension there in that band. We're just going side to side. Stay low, pull that belly button in tight. Good, good, good. Keep it low. Getting those glutes activated, mobilizing out those hips, warming up all those leg muscles. Good, just 20 more seconds. Watch those knees, make sure they are staying in line with those toes. And those toes are forward. 10 seconds. Woo! My band just broke. That's all right, we got extras. We go 3, 2, 1. Moving next into those good morning feet hip width apart, hands behind your head. Here we go. Make that number 7 with your body. Push that wall away as you're going down. Feel those hamstrings. Come up to squeeze those glutes. In through your nose as you're going down. Out through your mouth as you're coming back up. Keep that weight, those heels on the ground. Good. Don't forget to squeeze those glutes together as you're up here at the top, nice and tight. Got 15 more seconds. Shoulders stay back. Good, good, good. Last one. Then we're back to that world's greatest stretch. Here we go. Arms up overhead, legs straight, walk yourself out. Foot up as far as you can get it. Open up towards that knee and switch. Good. Good, just 15 more seconds. Let's finish out one more, then we'll go back to those band-resisted lifts. Good. Finish that out. Grab your band. Those arms are straight. Here we go. Good. Keep it going. Show you from the side here. Go back as far as you can go. Good. Just 10 more seconds. Okay, one more. Then we're going back to that side-to-side steps. Put that band under those arches. Here we go, nice and low. Tension in that band. Back and forth. Stay low, bend at those hips and those knees. We're pulling that belly button in tight. Good job. Halfway. Good, let's get it done. 15 more seconds. I know we're feeling those outer glutes, we're feeling those legs. Keep that form nice and sturdy. Last couple. Then we're moving into those good mornings. 3, 2, 1. Feet hip width apart. Push that wall away behind you. Squeeze those glutes up at the top. Good, making that number 7. Tuck that chin down. Good, not going too quick. Nice and controlled. Want to make sure that we are utilizing the muscles that we are trying to hit. Good, about 10 more seconds. Good, 3, 2, 1. Feeling nice and warmed up. We are now moving on to our shoulders and back section. So we're going to do 3 sets. First set, we are doing 10 reps, so we're hitting that lighter weight. The second set, we're going 8 reps, so we're picking up that weight just a little bit, maybe more to that medium weight. And the third set, we are doing 6 reps, so more that medium, heavy weight there on that last set. So the first move we're going to do is banded pull-aparts. You can stick with the same band for this one if you would like to, since it's not weighted. If you've got more than one resistance level of band, you can definitely utilize that and go up in the band resistance as we go. But that is up to you and what equipment you have available. So banded pull-aparts. I want you to grab on that band, those palms down, grab it to where there's going to be some tension, and you are pulling that back. So as you're coming back, you're squeezing those shoulder blades together, squeezing that upper back. Those elbows stay up in line with those shoulders. Then we are going into bent over rows. You can do this with your band as well, putting that band under your feet and pulling up. But I would prefer if you would choose some dumbbells to do it with. So it's the same movement. We're hinging over at those hips, going in between that chest and those hips. Then our third move is going to be isometric hold, alternating shoulder press. So I recommend a little bit lighter on this move because we've got one arm that's holding up here while the other one is pressing. Then that one is up and you switch. Okay, so alternating. So we're going to do like 10 reps on each side, 8 reps on each side, 6 reps on each side. So those are the 3 moves. After that, we're going a minute's rest. All right? So first, grab that band for those pull-aparts. I might go just a smidge heavier here. All right. First set of 3. Going 10 reps here on these moves. So first, those banded pull-aparts. Here we go. Let's get it going. Those elbows in line with those shoulders. Pull back, squeeze those shoulder blades. There's 1. We don't want to go too quick to where you're just hitting the momentum of that band. You want it to be controlled. You're the one controlling that band. That band is not controlling the movement. Good, I've got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, squeeze. Okay, bent over rows. Grab those weights, hinge over at those hips, weight through those heels. Here we go. Up, squeeze. 1, squeeze shoulder blades. 2, tuck that chin. 3, 4, 5, 6, belly button pulled in tight. 7, 8, 9, last one, number 10. All right, moving into those shoulder presses, alternating. Start with both arms up, belly button in tight. One comes down, the other one is holding, up, switch. So there's 1 on each side. 2, 2, all the way down your shoulder. 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. If you find your low back is arching too much, I want you to go ahead, come down to those knees, take out some of that core work. 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. Good. Done with set number 1. Next set, we are now taking down those reps to 8 reps. And we're going to try and pick up that weight a little bit if you have that option. Taking down those reps and picking up that weight is what helps to build that muscle growth and that muscle strength. So that's what we are trying to accomplish here today. So back to those banded pull aparts. If you want to grab a heavier band, you can, if you've got that available. If not, any band will do. Here we go. Second set. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Pull, squeeze those back muscles. There's 1. Show you this way. 2. Easy. 3. 4. 4 more. 5. 6. Good. 7. Number 8. Back to those bent over rows. We're going just a little bit heavier in that weight. I'm moving from 10 pounds to 15 pounds. Here we go. Bend over, just 8 reps. Elbows in close. Up for 1, squeeze those shoulder blades. 2, in through your nose, out through your mouth. 3, 4, 5. Make sure you're making that number 7 with your body. 6, 7, 8. You got it? 9. Last. Oh, nope. We just did an extra. Just supposed to go to 8. That's all right. 1 more rep is not going to hurt us. It's only going to build us. Then we're going into that alternating shoulder press. So I'm going to stick with my 15s here for this. Let's get it up. Both arms up to start. Here we go. Down, up, 1, down, up, other 1, down, 2, 2, 3, out through your mouth, 3, 4, 4, halfway, 5, 5, 6, you got it, push, 6, 7, last one, 8, 8. Nice job. We're going on to set number 3. Back to those banded pull aparts. This time we are only doing 6 reps. So if you can hold those hands a little bit closer, that's going to give a little bit more tension. Or if you've got another resistance on those bands. I'm going to try to hold these ones together to give me that more resistance for that 3rd set. All right, guys, here we go. Banded pull aparts. Here we go. Back, squeeze. 1, 2, 3. Nice and control. Halfway. 4, 5, and number 6. Bent over rows. I am picking myself up to 20s. This is my heaviest weight that I pulled out here. Bend over, make that number 7. Bring it up. 1, 2, 3. Focusing on that back. 4. Give it a little squeeze. 5. Last one. 6. Good. I don't want you going too quick with these moves, okay? Give yourself a little pause at the top of each lift. All right, back to those alternating shoulder presses. I think here, let's go ahead and go with the 20s. But I'm gonna kneel down to kind of take out some of that core so I can really focus there on those shoulders. Let's get that weight up. Heaviest weight, 6 on each side. Here we go. 1, 2, or 1, 2, there we go. 2, 3, 3, keep pushing. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. Good. Those last couple reps should definitely be a struggle for you. That's how you know that you've got the right weight. Let's go 1 minute rest, guys, while I'm going over this next section. Now we're focusing on chest, biceps, triceps on the back of your arms. Same thing with the reps and sets, 3 times 10, 8, and 6. First one we're gonna do is called A raises. So, taking this weight out to the side here. We're doing 1 up at a time. 1, 1. Focusing there on that chest. Palms are up. Then we are doing that same hold, but with curls now. So start with both up, curl. We're just gonna do 1 at a time instead of alternating here. So finish out that 10, then 10 on that other side. Third move is going to be tricep kickbacks. You can either do this banded or do it with your weights, up to you. Back of that hinge, weight through those heels, elbows in close, straighten out, straight back to that 90 degrees, okay? Those are our 3 moves, hitting those best chest, thighs, and tries, starting with those A raises, all right? So let's get it going. We're gonna do 10 on each side, focus on that chest. 3, 2, 1. Good. 1. Pull that belly button in tight. 2. Lead with that shoulder up. 3. Focus on that chest. 4. 5. Good. 6. 7. 8. Kind of had to catch myself. Make sure you're not holding that weight there on your legs. We are keeping it out wide. I had to catch myself on that, so if you're doing that, common mistake. Last one, 10 and 10. Then we've got isometrical single arm curls. I think I'm gonna move up to my 10s with this. So start with both up here, this 90 degrees, belly button in tight. Here we go, working 1, 10 on one side. So there's 1, 2, that other one's holding at that 90 degrees. 3, 4. Notice how I'm not going all the way up to my shoulder. We don't want that. We want it to go most of the way there, like 3/4 of the way, but not all the way up. We don't want that elbow to move. Just stay planted in that side. 7, 8. That's how we're going to keep that tension in that bicep. 9 and 10. Now we're holding here. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, number 10. All right, into those kickbacks, either banded or with your dumbbells. If you're holding those bands, again, those bands go under the arches of your feet. You start with it gripping at this 90 degrees, and we're going straight back. All right, same way. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. If you've got a little bit more hips, you bring your feet closer together. That'll help you be able to pass that weight through. Number 4, 5, keep those shoulders out of those ears. 6, 7, in through your nose, out through your mouth. 8, 9, give me a little hold on this last one. Hold, hold, hold. 10. Good. Set number 2, back to those A raises. I'll be going up to my 10s for those. Here we go. Second set, we're doing 8 on each side. So we're picking up that weight, lowering those reps. Hold that weight out. Here we go. 1, 1, good. Cross body. 2, good. 3, 4, good, good, good. 5, last few. Make sure the rest of your body is nice and sturdy. You're not letting your body swing with the weight. Good, last one. Number 8 and 8. Back to those single arm curls. I'm going to stick with my 10s here. Hold one while the other is working. 90 degrees. Remember, let's do it. Here we go. Start one side first. Doing 10 reps, or 8 reps. 3, 4, 5, good, 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 keep it up. 6, 7, remember just 3/4 of the way up. 8, hold, other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 2, 7, number 8, let's go. Good. Good, back to kickbacks. Hinge at those hips. Elbows in your sides at that 90 degrees. And we are going up. 1, 2, straighten out. 3, 4, halfway, feel the back of those arms. 5, 6, 7, last one. 8. Set number 3, here we go, back to those A raises. I'm going to go ahead and pick myself up to those 15s. We're going to get those 6 reps done. 6 on each side, hold that weight out. Focus on that chest. Here we go, deep breath in. And lift for 1. Good. Right, left, 2, cross body. 3. Good. 4, focus on that chest, let's go. 5, don't just swing that weight up, make it intentional. Last one. 6, good. Whew. Iso hold, single arm curls, back at that 90 degrees. I've got my 15s here. Let's get it going. 6 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. 6. Keep it there. Other arm working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good, good, good. Tricep kickbacks last time. 6 reps on this. Let's get it done. Bend over. Weight through those heels. Feet in close together. Straighten that straight back. There's 1, 2, 3. Nice and controlled. 4. Keep those elbows in close. 5. Last one. And 6. Good. 1 minute's rest. Up next, we've got glutes and hamstrings. For this, we are doing 3 sets of 10. So we're not going down in reps this time. You can still pick up your weight each set if you would like to. But we're sticking at 10 reps for all 3 sets. So our first move is going to be prone hamstring curls. You can do this either on your BOSU ball or straight on the floor. I prefer the BOSU ball though, just because it helps give me a little bit more range of motion so I can feel those hamstrings better. Put that weight out. If you're using that BOSU ball, you put your knees kind of halfway in between that top and that bottom. Get that weight there in between your feet. And we're coming down into that forearm plank. Okay? All the way down, all the way up for that curl. If we are not using that BOSU ball, you're still getting your weight in between those feet, but you're just gonna lie yourself all the way down here on that ground, all right? Our next move is going to be single leg elevated glute bridges. If you don't wanna elevate up that leg, you can just keep it on that ground, but we are just doing one side at a time. You can have that weight sitting there on your hips. I prefer it actually, in line with those hip bones. Doing one side at a time. Start off with that light weight if you would like to. One leg is up, one is working. As you come up, you're feeling that side of your glute, okay? So we're switching one side then the other. Those are our 2 moves to activate those glutes and those hamstrings. So let's go ahead and get it going. Take your weight there for those front hamstring curls. I recommend more of your medium weight. Get it there in your feet. If you need to pause the video until you get it in between your feet or until you can ask somebody for help, you can do that. So here we go. On those forearms, or all the way down on that ground. Let's go down, up for 1. Hold that belly button up. 2, 3, in through your nose, out through your mouth as you lift. 4, 5, this is one of my favorite moves. 6, 7, I don't know about you, but I love working hamstrings. 8, number 9, and 10. Now we're flipping it over for those single leg glute bridges. Grab your weight, pick which foot is going first, find your object to elevate up on. I'm going to start with my right leg first. I'm starting with my 8 pounds to lift. So up, one leg is up, 10 reps. Here we go, down, up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come down, switch, left leg down, right leg up. Here we go. Up for 1, 2, focus on that glute. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Set number 2, back to those crown hamstring curls. Oh, I'm going to pick up my weight to my 20 pounds. So set it up there behind you. Still doing 10 reps. Knees down. Here we go. All the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway. Pull that belly button up. 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's finish it out. Number 10. Put that down. Grab your weight again. Single leg glute bridges. Again, I'm going to do my right leg first. Weight on those hips. Left leg up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Focus on that glute. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. If you're using that BOSU ball, you may notice that it adds a little bit of stability work too, which is always good. Here we go. Left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Halfway. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. Here's number 10. Good, good, good. Keep it up, guys, for our last set for our glutes and hamstrings. Then we get another minute's rest, and we'll be moving into quads and calves. Find that weight. This is our last set, guys, so go a little bit heavier if you can. I'm sticking with my heaviest that I've got here, that 20 pounds. 10 reps. Let's get it done. Down. Up. 1. In through your nose. Out through your mouth as you lift. 2. 3. 4. Good, good, good. Keep it up. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And here comes number 10. Great job. Finish out those single leg glute bridges. Grab that weight for those hips. Here we go. Put that weight on the hips. Right leg working first. Left leg straight up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, number 9, and 10. We are switching left leg. Last time on these guys, last 10. Let's finish it out. Up for 1. Focus on that glute. 2, 3, 4, 5, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one. Good. Number 10. Here we go to our quads and calves. You get a minute's rest here. For our quads and calves, doing another 3 sets of 10. First one we're going to do is narrow squat. So we're going to hold that weight here in this goblet position, which means that weight is held into your chest, just 1. Narrow. Your feet are about 4 to 5 inches apart, closer than they would be for a normal squat, and then you're just going down like you would for a normal squat. Make sure that those knees stay in line with those toes, all right? And we're keeping that torso up tall. Next one we're doing is calf raises. We're gonna do different variations on each set. So first set, we're gonna just do normal calf raises. You can hold 2 weights down by your side, 1 up on your chest, or hold it straight down here, up to you. The next set, we are doing toes out. Okay, so you're focusing on coming up onto those big toes. So focus more on the inside of your feet. Then third set, bringing those toes in, coming more up on the side of your pinky toe there in your feet. All right, so got a couple more seconds here on this rest. Grab that drink if you need to. Figure out what weight you'd like to start with for those narrow squats. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with my 15 pounds. All right, here we go. Grab that weight up that you need, get it up on your chest. Feet about 4 or 5 inches apart. And let's get it done, guys. 10 reps, here we go. Let me face this way so you can see that side angle. Down, still keeping those heels on the ground. Up, 1, 2. Try to get as low as you can to that 90 degrees. 3, 4, watch those knees. Make sure they're staying straight. 5, 6, keep it going. Last 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Calf raises. These are just normal with our toes forward. Up on those toes. 1, 2. Give me a little hold up at the top. 3. Up. 4. Up. 5. Up. 6. 7. Up. 8. Back up. 9. Last one. Feel those calves. Number 10, set number 2, goblet hold. I'm gonna go ahead and go up to my 20s. narrow squat. Into that chest, feet closer together. Here we go, down, hold, up. 1, squeeze those glutes. Down, hold, 2, down, hold, 3, good. Down, hold, 5, 5 more. Down, 6, down, up, 7, down, up, 8, feeling this in the front of those thighs, 9, last one, 10, calf raises this time, toes are out, come up on that big toe, here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, focus on those big toes, 5, working the inside of the calves here, 6, 7, 8, number 9, and 10. Guys, we're going into last set. Narrow squat again, then finishing out with those calf raises, those toes pointed in. So definitely go heavier on this set if you have the weight available. Here we go, nice and close, feet narrow. Let's get it done. Watch those knees. Down, hold, up for 1, heels stay on that ground. Down, up, 2, down, up, 3, get close to that 90 degrees if you can. Push yourself, let's go. This is number 5, press up, good. Push that 4 away with your feet. 6, 7, almost there. Finish, 8, number 9, and here is number 10. All right, calf raises, but toes pointed in. Hold that weight, focus on coming up on that pinky side. Here we go, up, hold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, number 10. All right, guys, we are done with those body parts. We're now going into our finisher. So we're doing some core work here. All right, so we're gonna do a minute of each. And you can do this weighted or body weight for some of these moves. So the first one we're gonna do for 1 minute, we are doing ins and outs. So you're supporting yourself back here, legs come up. You can either go both at the same time or one at a time. All right, that's up to you. Either way, we're going for a minute. All right, our next one we are doing is plank to down dog. So plank up here, down dog, shift up, nice and controlled, coming back to that plank. All right, next one I want us to do, we're gonna hold 30 seconds, side plank, one side, 30 seconds, flipping it around for that other side. All right, so let's get this done. We are first starting with those ins and outs. If you want to hold that weight, you'll just hold it here at that chest. All right, here we go, guys. 1 minute. Support yourself back. Starting here at 3, 2, 1. Out, up. Focusing there on that lower core, that lower tummy. In through your nose, out through your mouth as you're lifting. Don't go too quick. The slow and controlled portion is where that work happens. It's where that progress is going to happen. Try to keep those shoulders back. Don't let those shoulders round forward. Good. Guys, we're halfway through. Keep it up. You're doing a great job. Good. Keep it up. Keep it going. 20 more seconds. Keep it going. Keep it going. Finish out 10 seconds for me. Good. Good, good, good. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Going into plank to down dogs next. This one can't necessarily be done weighted or anything, but it's enough of a challenge on its own. Get up in that tall plank, guys. Here we go. Shift those hips up. Bring yourself nice and controlled back down. Good. If you need a little bit of a modification, you can always elevate those hands up on a step or something of the sorts, an ottoman or couch, something like that. In through your nose as you lift up those hips, out through your mouth as you're coming back to that plank. Go over halfway. Keep it going, keep it going. More seconds. Good. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, here we go into that third core move. Go ahead and get into that side plank. You can do this with one knee down or with both feet up, whatever modification or challenge that you would like. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, up. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Keep that chest up nice and straight. I don't want to see any rounding forward. Keep those hips up. Let's go. 15 seconds left. You got it. Good. Almost there. Almost there. Last 5 seconds. Let's go. 5, 4, hold. 3, hold. 2, hold. 1, switch. Other side. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1, up. Again, chest up, straight and tall. Good, good. Hips up. Good, 15 seconds. Almost there, almost there. Good, last 5, 5, 4, keep holding, 3, hips up, 2, 1, relax. All right, guys, we're gonna cool it down. We're gonna stretch it out. First one we're starting with is our kneeling hip flexor stretch. In that lunge position, squeeze that glute and shift forward till you feel that pull in your hamstrings up here. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good, take another deep breath in. On that out breath, try to shift yourself forward a little bit farther. Get a deeper stretch. Good. Deep breath in. We're going to switch. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Shift forward. Squeeze that glute. Don't forget. Feeling the front of that hip stretch out. Good. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Shift just a little bit deeper. Good. Coming up, we're going to sit down on the floor. I'm going to do our 90-90 stretch. Feet on that ground, knees are up. Torso up tall. Bring down both legs towards that floor without completely touching that floor. Should feel this stretch in that outer hip and that outer glute. Good, hold it just a little bit longer. Good, in through your nose, bring those knees back up to middle, out through your mouth, down to the other side. In through your nose, your nose, bring your knees up. We're gonna finish out with a chest stretch. So you're gonna take those hands interlocked behind you, and you are going to pull back as much as you can. We're opening up those shoulders and that chest. Tuck that chin down. Just hold it here. In through your nose, out through your mouth, breathe in. Good, deep breath in and out. Relax down those arms. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for this full body workout. I hope you got a good one in. Hope you grabbed those heavier weights and getting those muscles growing. All right, see you next time, guys. Thanks.